Good morning, my butterfly babes. I have not been on here in a long, long time. That's because I'm working on other projects and I got so many things in store for y'all in the next coming month. Um, but today I wanted to hop on here and give y'all a quick message because I felt the Lord leading me yesterday to give y'all this message, okay? For some of you, it may come as a warning, but I think that the message that I'm going to deliver today is actually going to help some of you um, in your next thing that you're trying to do. So let's jump straight into it. Y'all see the title is Speak for Itself. It speak for itself. Okay, a lot of stuff is going on in y'all life because y'all not actively like seeking God, y'all not protecting y'all energy, man. Y'all have to protect y'all energy. Some of y'all is being studied like a book. Like the monitoring spirits, this stuff is at an all-time high. Y'all have to protect y'all energy. You got people that want to know every single detail and aspect of your life. They want to know what you doing, when you doing it, how you get there, how you wake up in the morning. Some people is obsessed with your energy. They obsessed with your routine. They obsessed with the way that you dress. They obsessed like people are stopping at nothing to gain stock, to mimic you, to implicate you, to find something, to create a narrative, to monitor you in everything that you do in your life. They want to know what your next move is. They want to know if you breathe. They want to know when you go to the bathroom. Like y'all have to protect y'all energy. This is a season to be quiet. Like you one of those people like that's really that man or that woman. They want to know where your power come from, where your wisdom come from, where your knowledge come from. These people want to know every single detail and aspect of your life. The monitoring spirits, the gang stalking, that stuff is at an all-time high. It's time for y'all to protect y'all energy, protect y'all ideas, protect your next plan. Hey, thank you for joining my channel because people will literally stop at nothing to destroy your destiny and destroy what God has for you. You have to protect your energy. Monitoring spirits, gang stalking, like the stuff is at an all-time high. The Bible speaks on this kind of stuff. We fight against principalities and spirits in high places. We do not fight people in the flesh. Hello, thank you all for joining my channel. How are you? We're not fighting fleshly people. We're fighting demonic activity, y'all. If I could tell y'all the amount of gnats I killed in my house this week, witchcraft is real. People will send witchcraft to destroy you, to monitor you. We got to stay prayed up against this kind of stuff. Whatever God gives you, keep it close to your heart. Do not speak it out loud. Do not tell anyone because the enemy seeks to kill, steal, and destroy. Gang stalking, spiritual monitoring, like it's at an all-time high. And you know you that man or you that woman when you being gang stalked by high-ranking people. When you being gang stalked by high-ranking people, when you see people like following your car and different things going on that just seem too coincidental, things that you're trying to get free from, when you start seeing that type of activity, immediately go into prayer. Okay? These are seasons where you have to get serious about your peace. Not emotional, not reactive, not distracted by every voice, every problem, every person that tries to pull you out of alignment. You have to stay in alignment. You can't let stuff pull you out of alignment because that's what people are looking for. They use the same tactics, the same tricks to get a reaction. You can't give them what they want because your destiny is too great to sacrifice and fumble on account of these people whose constant assignment is to bring you down on the daily. Every day, people are being strategic to come against you and your destiny, and you have to fight for it. Unfortunately, we can't help that we have jealous people, that you have demonic people, and people who try to stop us daily. That's what the enemy does. But our job is to stay guarded in the fruit of the Spirit. The Bible tells us to stay guarded. The Bible tells us to pray without ceasing. The Bible tells us to stay prayed up because God gives us all power over the enemy to tread upon scorpions and serpents. Okay? It is our job to stay guarded. You have to learn to guard your energy like your life depends on it because in many ways it does. It's like letting in um pests. You like letting in pests. If you let in a termite will literally eat at your foundation until it tears it down. You cannot let the enemy seep in not even a little bit because the moment he does, he will reign free. And some of y'all, I'm hearing like this is some about the people at your workplace. Some of you may be dealing with family. Some of you may be dealing in relationships. People that don't want to see you make it, dealing with jealous partners, jealous friends, jealous people around you. This is why it's so imperative that you protect your energy and stay in alignment. Protect your home, pray, anoint it. Pray over your job, pay your tithes. Ask God to remove these people. Okay? You have to stay prayed up in this day and time. Not everything deserves access to you. You cannot be an open book and let anybody just have access to you. This is a season where God wants you to go within and protect yourself and remain silent and move in silence. Not every conversation deserves a response. Not every situation deserves your attention. Be very intentional about what you invest your time in this season, y'all. Some things are designed to drain you, delay you, and derail your focus. Okay? This is what God was telling me. The enemy wants to keep you so distracted with problems and people and situations and things that he wants to derail you and throw you completely off track from what God has for you next. But because they are not because they are powerful, but because they are persistent. And you don't overcome that by fighting harder. You overcome it by becoming disciplined about what gets your attention. So you have to be intentional about what you step into and when to back away and when to let go and when to hold on. And some of these decisions that y'all have to make, God is giving you an opportunity to make it because we have free will. Okay. You don't need to argue with chaos. You don't need to entertain confusion. You don't need to keep reopening doors you already closed in your spirit. Some of y'all, God is telling y'all, if you close that door, keep it closed. Do not go back. Do not go back to that job, to that person, to that relationship, to that friendship, to that neighborhood, okay? To that city. And if he's called some of y'all to move and you have moved, stay where you are, even though that there's doubt telling you to go back. He said that is the enemy talking you, trying to trick you out of your spot. On your job, if they're trying to run you away, he said, do not let the enemy trick you out your spot. There's a blessing in that place for you. You need to protect your peace like it's sacred because it is. Because a lot of you have so many distractions going on that you cannot hear the voice of God because your mind is ultimately distracted with everything else. He said, if you slow down long enough to hear yourself think again, and you step back far enough to see what's actually worth your energy, you stop reacting and start leading your life on purpose. Okay? If you slow down long enough to hear yourself think again, you step back far enough to see what's actually worth your energy, you stop reacting and start leading your life on purpose. And let me be clear, rest is not weakness, boundaries are not bitterness, and distance is not fear. And he's also calling some of you to rest in this season. Okay? Set boundaries with people and keep your distance. If you have to keep your distance from certain situations, keep your distance. Set boundaries. Stop always being a yes person. Stop always rescuing people and rescuing situations. God is not meant for you to pick up every single thing all the time and handle it, whether it's extra overtime, whether it's picking up a responsibility for someone in your family, whether it's always being the go to person that everybody needs. God did not call you to pick up every assignment for every person in every situation in your life, okay? He needs y'all to be wisdom and have wisdom and knowledge and be intentional in this season and ask Him for discernment. Because the strongest version of you is not the one that absorbs everything, it's the one that discerns everything. Did y'all catch that? So you stand back, you breathe, and you reset, and you move with intention instead of emotion, instead of reacting. Okay? Some of y'all have to move, and reset and breathe. God is calling some of you to enter into a season of rest where you don't overwork yourself too much. He wants some of y'all to fall back and just let him work. Not everything is yours to carry. Not everything is yours to fix. Not everything is yours to entertain. You are not here to be drained. You are here to be directed. You are here not to exist, but to live. Okay? Protect your focus, protect your peace, protect your energy, and keep building the life that only shows up when you stop giving it away. I could speak on this so many times about how much time we waste by just giving ourselves away to people and situations without intention, without thinking it over twice, without, you know, thinking before we making a decision, just saying we want to help and we want to do this and we want to do that. We have to learn to count our number, our days, and be wise in those days and make each and every day account for something for us. If you constantly pouring out, and you're not receiving anything back and it's not healthy for you, then you need to realign your life and reanalyze everything in your life. And you need to protect your energy. Anything that feels like a weighted chain or anchor, you need to let it go, because only when your burdens get lighter can God give you more. If you overfilled and over capacity because you have so much going on, God cannot move in that way, okay? So take this message back to God and get rid of those monitoring spirits, y'all, and these gang stalkers. Stay prayed up. And I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, butterflies.